Still up.
Someone say something.
Yo,
I'm
yo,
here.
yo, what's up? Right, we're broadcasting for the first ever Mojo Radio live show.
Ooh.
We haven't actually got anyone watching right now, so that's okay.
We haven't.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Where do those 6 people go then?
Because it tells you at the bottom. Well, I don't think they're going to start coming in till about 7 o'clock-ish. Because that's what time we said it's going to start. Which is fine by me.
Cool.
I'm just going to test it's working on my other browser.
Tweet out.
Yeah, you can see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it's working.
Power of the internet.
I know.
Yeah. Plus it makes me tidy up my house as well, seeing I'm in the video
I
now.
ain't bothered.
So let's do join hangout. Hello? What's going on?
What's going on, mate? Wow.
Get back
What do you mean,
now.
what's going on?
Then, what's going on?
I have no idea what just happened.
What do you mean?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Dunno. Seems fine.
Seems the
Hang
same
on,
on
I'm
my
gonna
end
leave
as well.
back in.
Well, that.
Where's he gone
Nope.
then?
Here all
We
by
lost
ourselves.
him.
Yeah, he said he's going to leave.
Oh, well.
Like, yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah.
The link it gave me on the Google Plus page is that link.
There we go.
That's why, because it went live. It's a new link now. Yesterday.
Are we working?
I can
Yeah,
hear
I hear
you.
you loud and clear.
Okay.
Shit. I'm trying to find a good link to this. Where you went on there, it changed the link. Weird.
Alright, oh, this is so annoying. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to fucking sort this out. I've got 2 people viewing now. Hello. We've
Two
started
people.
early and we're just trying to sort things out before we start the actual show. So just bear with us for 10 minutes while we sort this out.
Yeah, I just sorted out some iTunes shit.
Right, that one. Okay, right, where's the link to this? It's here. This is so bloody annoying. Just trying to get this sorted out. Just want to make sure it's working.
Yeah, at least then you can tweet it out and put it on Facebook and all that.
Yeah, it's working fine. So people should be able to ask questions.
There's 10 people watching right now.
Alright. Well, I'm trying to figure out when other people are... So I've got the Q&A thing on, haven't I?
Yeah.
There's Q&A right up in the top corner.
So...
They can hear us right now. I'm watching you. Well, that's
I want people to be able to send questions, but I can't see why it's not working on when I'm signed in as my missus account for some reason. So I'm just trying to figure this out slowly. Oh, that's why.
Although YouTube
Because her account's not on Google Plus.
We'll see if anyone's listening or watching us. Just post a question, see whether it works for us.
Yeah, well, on the viewing box should be some squares. You click on the squares, and there should be like a section to say question, ask a question.
Yeah, Q&A.
Yeah, and then it will work hopefully. It worked when I tested it yesterday with you, Tim, didn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it did.
So I'd imagine it should be okay.
We're streaming out live.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you, dude.
Yeah.
Good.
Hang on. I will send a question as my other account. How's that? Just to double check. Ask a new question, enter a question. Two dudes. Yep.
Yeah, they come up on my screen.
Cool, and then you can select when you've answered it and stuff, and it disappears.
Yeah.
So I'll tweet out the link, and we should be then ready to go.
I've got a slight problem with my connection. Driving into the video.
Oh, really?
Guys, that's alright. Yeah, it's
That's
struggling
all right,
basically. You're coming in and out, and it's not actually picking up video.
It's because you're beating
Yeah,
and it sucks balls.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh well.
This is really nice. Right.
I might transfer you over to my mobile device so that'll be a bit easier. Right, give me a second.
Here we go again.
Oh no, this is Mike being annoying again. We
So we can get him back.
are live. Right, the tweets have gone out, the Facebook's gone out. People are here. We are here. We are almost ready to start in T-minus 8 minutes. We might even start earlier if we... Just depends how we feel, really.
Stuntmaster not coming on then.
No, Stuntmaster had to cancel. He's got a family emergency, apparently, so...
Yeah. Got his haircut.
Back in the room.
Oh, Dan is here. Are you on
my
your phone now?
Yeah, it might be a bit better. I won't. Yeah, my room's a mess at the moment, so.
Well, your PC seems to be having some issues,
Shit.
mate, to be quite honest.
It's absolutely knackered.
Yeah. That's not good. Dan the man.
Yeah, you can do a close-up nasal shot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dan, hold on.
Hope you've not
Hold
got
on.
no big bogeys up there.
No, I pulled them out. I pulled them out earlier.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
So what we're going to talk about today? Well, just
Oh, let me get back on my
I was
bed.
going to give people a little preview of what I'm going to talk about this week. I'm going to talk about a few
Final
games.
Fantasy 15 demo.
In particular, the Final Fantasy 15 demo. Yes, Dan, you are correct. And there is actually a review on the website, mojo-interactive.net, that I put up there this morning. So go and check it out. It's a pretty good review, actually. So that demo is fantastic. Also going to talk about Final Fantasy Type 0 and Final Fantasy 14. So there's lots of Final Fantasy going on in today's show, just so Dan can fall asleep. Shut up, Dan.
It's better than driving games. At least it's something different.
I've not actually played any driving games this week, so there we go.
Yeah. Exactly. You
Uh,
got a little DMC coming from me, and a little bit of Smite, a little bit of GTA Heist.
Awesome. I'm also going to talk about Ori and the Blind Forest, Hand of Fate, and Battlefield Hardline.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure Dan will be talking about that as well.
Maybe.
I'm not sure what Kirk's going to talk about. I've never seen him on the Xbox recently.
I actually turned on my Wii this week.
No way.
Yeah. I picked up Mario Party 10.
Oh, spoilers.
So that's something new to talk about.
Nice.
And a game that's coming to the Xbox that I played on my PC, but I'll leave that until later.
Cool. For those people who are viewing us right now, there's a little dotty box at the top of your screen, and then when you press that, it should say something called Q&A. Click on that and send us some questions, because they will pop up on our screens, and then we can read them out as we're doing the show, which would be pretty cool. Because I've not actually put the shout out for questions on Twitter or anything, because I've been too busy trying to sort this out. So actually, I only have one question for the show at the moment. I'm actually just going to do a shout out on Twitter now.
Nightmare material, Dan. That's nightmare material. Stream close up.
This is just as nerve-wracking for me as it is for everyone else.
Dude, forget the camera. We're just having a regular radio show.
It's all you normally do, Dan, and play computer games the whole show.
This is nothing different.
Hold on. The thing is, I'm using my mobile device, so I can't play Marvel Puzzle Quest. So.
Oh God, the world's going to end.
I know. Tell me about it. Where's my 3DS? Right. Don't mind me. I'll do this one-handed.
Oh God, is that like Bayonetta one-handed mode?
Yeah, touchscreen. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I need to write down what I played this week. I haven't even done that there. Cool.
It's all good.
Who else is coming on?
This is it. This is us.
Yeah. No one else. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
They're all scared.
Okay.
Okay.
People, please ask some questions. If you're viewing, there's a little dotty box at the top. You can click on it to select questions. That would be fantastic.
I'm disappointed that's not a whiskey with ice cubes in it.
That's not what, sorry?
I'm disappointed that's not a whiskey with ice cubes in it.
I've run out of whiskey.
I feel I've been lied to all these years.
I know.
You've just been drinking wine with
Good
ice
wine.
cubes.
No whiskey, because if it's in the house, it just gets drunk, so I'm kind of keeping it real. Just not drinking it as much at the moment.
What's our order?
What's order?
Right,
Yeah,
we've
good.
got 3 minutes. We've got 3 minutes till lift off.
Give us an order.
Okay. Right. 2 seconds. Just trying to figure this something out here. Alright, that's the thing. Right, okay. I've got so many web browsers open right now. I'm getting really confused.
Nothing to be confused about. It's a regular show. Let's do our thing. It's got a camera pointing at us, but it ain't no big deal.
Question. Thank you, Colin, the first person to send a question in, Colin Blake. Just had a few more viewers drop in. Okay, so when you're watching us, there's a little box of dots at the top of your screen. Click on that. Click Q&A. It's a blue, but it's like a blue thick box. Says Q&A. Click on that, and you can send us some questions. Very easy to figure out, and we'll be reading them out in the show. Dan, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm pointing to the blue box. It might be over there, or it might be over there. Or yeah, I can't tell.
Right.
I'm just helping out, all right? I'm sitting here, and all I can see is my ugly face and a little box in the corner of a bloody mobile phone screen. Just the future. Yeah.
Right, we've got 2 minutes. Fuck it, shall we just start? Right, so we've got... So the order will be Dan, Kirk, then Tim.
Let's do it.
Okay? You happy? Okay.
No, not really.
You're never happy. You're normally fucking pissed, so I'm
I'm
quite
not.
surprised.
No, I'm sober as a judge when I do this.
You're hungover.
I'm hungover, yes. I am hungover. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? And 3, and a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to Mojo Radio, episode 351 for Tuesday, the 24th of March 2015. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag and PSN ID Webby317, and joining me on our first ever live show is...
Slightly Dead, Cinema Dan.
Laker Nation with Captain Kirk.
Hello, it's Lord Underbox.
There we go. So we're here, first ever live show. So a little bit of what's been happening this week. We've decided to go with Google Hangouts to do the show. Just this first episode's a test. If it works well, we'll be doing this every single week. So we're being a bit cheeky. So what I've done this week, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's already donating on PayPal. That's fantastic. Carry on doing that. But we've also set up another way for people to contribute to the show, and that's through a little website called Patreon. So what we've done is just set different tiers on there. You can just go onto patreon.com and search for Mojo Radio, and we're there. And so what we're going to do, we've got $1, $5, and various other tiers. So what we've done is first month you can all watch live, but then after that first month, only the people who are donating to either our PayPal account or the Patreon will be able to watch the live show. Everyone else, as normal, the show will still come live, or will come to you on a Tuesday in the usual way. So there's no pressure. You know, it's up to you if you want to help the show out. You know, we do this for the love, and it still come out to everyone else for free. Anyway, we just thought that doing it live for those hardcore fans is just something extra to give back to you. So that's fantastic, and it gives you the chance to ask questions live on the show as well. So there we go. It's all good. So we had no item reviews this week. I did check earlier, Dan, so you can't say that I haven't. And so basically, we'll get straight into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to talk about what I've played last this week. So we'll go straight into Dan. What have you been playing?
Oh, put me on the spot already. First things first, Battlefield Hardline came out, and I've been doing the EA Access trial. So I've been playing that today, playing yesterday. I haven't done it in a single player. Time's limited at the moment, so I think I only put about 2-3 hours into multiplayer. And it's been a solid launch. There hasn't been really any connection issues. I've quite enjoyed what I've played. Did some Conquest with Colin and company yesterday. That was entertaining. Much like normal Battlefield 4, where you have to capture points, but learning the mechanics of the new weapons and so forth has been interesting in inverted commas. There seems to be kind of like a pay for unlock system now, whereby you have to earn cash in game in order to buy certain perks and whatnot. So I haven't really got to grips with that just yet, but it's been something interesting. Kind of maps now. There's like a in dark Hollywood Hills one, which is pretty cool. And you know, it seemed okay so far, so good. I was playing a bit of Hotwire earlier, and I have to say at the moment is that it feels slightly broken. in that there are some entrepreneurs out there who have been unlocking breach charges, and then literally just hanging around various cars and spawn killing people as they go and collect the various vehicles to then drive around. So I've sent a few reports to Microsoft saying that they're bad sportsman people.
Oh, Dan, you bad
I know,
man.
Rebel, don't fuck with me.
Just wait till everybody figures out you can put RPGs in the trunk of your cars. That'll be fun.
Oh, they were doing that as well. They were doing that. It was just getting a joke. Literally, there was this one guy, and it was my mission to plough whatever I was driving straight into him before he lit off his RPG or breach charge. It was just... It got to the point where, are you playing the game? Because we were winning constantly. But are you playing the game? What are you just standing there for? It's just bringing out the worst in game players, I think. So, you know, in concept, the game's fine, but if you get some people who are playing by the rules, what's the point of playing, eh? What's the point? It's like going into a football pitch, and then rather than kicking the ball, you pick it up, and you run towards the goal and then throw it in the goal, and then punch the referee when he tells you to get off the pitch. That's what that's like, so don't do it, people.
Yeah, there's no doubt there's a design decision to get rebalanced with some of that stuff. I know there's a big problem that I've heard with TDM. As far as playing 64 players on TDM, what I've heard is that spawns are just terrible on it. That you pretty much spawn and get shot into your back just about every time you spawn in TDM.
Yep, pretty much. There needs to be some serious checks and balances with actually how the game's structured. But that said, the connection's been great. There's been no issues with that. So it's a smooth launch. It'll get better over time, no doubt about it. But there are, at the moment, as I say, we've had a bit of a lull with multiplayer first-person shooters. So all the COD guys, Battlefield guys, the ones that usually jump in the first week or two to test out a product are there, and they've all got aggressive names, or like killer this, sniper this, lone wolf, I'm going to shoot you in the face, motherfucker, that kind of game attack. So I don't know. It seems fine at the moment. As I said, I will be getting probably the full release next week when the EA Access trial runs out. But in the meantime, I'll wait until a deal comes out, I suppose, because I'm not really playing much video games.
With your limited time so far with Battlefield Hardline, can you tell me if this is a better multiplayer sense than Battlefield 4? Does it make sense on this?
On launch, yes. I haven't done any of the heists yet, which I want to do. Conquest seems a bit okay, old school kind of, but you're right that you mentioned about the spawn killing and it just seems at the moment, maybe I'm just being thrown in it at level 1, so I haven't really unlocked much equipment. I haven't got my play style down yet. Maybe I have to give it a bit more time, but as launches go for Battlefield, it's a better launch, definitely.
I'm enjoying it. I've not played a hell of a lot, but I've done the first 4 episodes of the single player. And I have to say that I think that the single player is the best in the Battlefield franchise so far. They do it episodic, which is brilliant for my time frame, because I can play an episode and leave it and not play it for a week even, because when I go back it does previously on Battlefield, or like previously on Hardline, and it does all the other little bits.
It's not technically episodic though, is it? You've got it already there. It's kind of like levels.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really, really fun. The graphics are fantastic. I've only played a little bit of the multiplayer, and so far with the multiplayer, the only game mode I've played is Hardline, and that's really, really good. But Hardline. I'm interested in the Hotwire.
Hotwire, yeah.
Yeah, but I really want to try Conquest, because my favourite game mode on Battlefield 4 was Conquest, and I get the feeling that on that I'm going to miss the tanks and the planes and stuff, and it's just not going to feel like a proper Battlefield game to me.
I think you'd be alright. I mean, the choppers are there still. I will say that the choppers are a lot less powerful. Well, they're easy to shoot down. You can actually shoot them down using assault rifles and weapons that you usually carry about. You don't have to rely on stingers and RPGs. So you literally can just stand there and just take pot shots at a little bird, and you can actually make it caught fire. I mean, I've seen people take down choppers with a normal skill set, so it can be done. But at the same time, it's checks and balances. I mean, at the moment, everyone's playing this game much like Battlefield 4. So we'll see how it develops over time, because I'm guessing there'll be patches, gameplay patches, fixes, and all kinds of stuff coming soon.
I heard Blood Bunny was an excellent game mode as well. And essentially, what you have is a stack of cash on the map, and each team tries to get a satchel full of money and take it back to the vault and try to race to a certain money amount to win the match. I've heard Blood Money is excellent. I've heard Conquest is pretty good, and Hotwire is good until you get people exploiting some of the game design in Hotwire. It's actually really fun.
Yeah, it is. I vouch for that. Yeah, give it time. I mean, as I said, those people that will exploit will kind of end up getting bored of it, I guess, and moving on back to COD or whatever. So we'll have to wait and see.
No, you all can have them online. We don't want them back in COD.
You could have them, mate. I don't care.
No, we don't want them back. You keep those COD players.
No, you can have him. You can have them all. I shall mark up a special list for you to befriend and welcome into your late night fold, so you can cuss them and shoot them in the back of the neck. Done.
If Insomniac got into our late night fold, anybody can get in.
Okay, what else have I been playing? Resident Evil Revelations 2. I'm halfway through, I suppose, the final episode, as they call it. My thoughts on this game now, although it's Resident Evil and it's a big budget, it was supposed to be a big budget franchise, it just feels like it's been kind of had its budget stripped away from it. It uses a lot of the same assets again and again and again. It's fine, it's fun. It does seem a little bit, as opposed to where previous Resident Evil's been a bit grandiesque in plot and scope. This one seems kind of limited. I'm not going to go into the plot or anything like that. I'm pretty much halfway through the final episode, and it's all right. It's fine. It does what it says in the tin. It's definitely worth the £20 I paid for the season pass, and it's no real bells or thrills, I suppose. Although I did take some amusement earlier when I saw the box copy for sale in the shops, and how people can get a special kind of bonus unlock, which is a couple of souped-up guns for the raid mode, which was quite entertaining. Which you can probably manage to earn in next to no time.
I know you had played the first Revelations. Without the risk of spoilers, does it tie into the first Revelations on a 3D?
No. Yeah. No, not really. The main thing you would have to... The main thing about any of the Resident Evils, they do interconnect with, I suppose, that there's with the... I wouldn't say... No, I'm not going to say that, because that's kind of leading at the wrong path. I will say, though, at the beginning of the game, a lot of the characters who have been in Resident Evil games are with a anti-bioterrorist organisation called TerraSave. So that's how everyone else kind of fits together. That's how Claire Redfield fits with Barry Burton and so forth. But come the end of it, I mean, I'm halfway through. I've just done Claire Redfield's last section, and that was okay. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it's fine. It's well worth picking up if you're into Resident Evil, but maybe less is more. I don't know.
Better step in the right direction for Resident Evil 6, or step backwards from Resident Evil 6?
Resident Evil 6 has its moments of brilliance, amazingness, and other moments of what the hell were you thinking. It's definitely less epic. It's very secluded because it's all set on one island, but. I suppose it's a bit in the right direction, I suppose, because it's not really, although it's official canon, it's not actually Resident Evil 7, which I'm guessing you've got to see it's probably on the horizon at some point. But if Resident Evil 7 comes out, I'm expecting something significant. I really am.
Yeah, you could, just by the videos alone, you could tell there's a budget difference between Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's fun. I mean, there is a nice kind of it's a nice setup. The gameplay is good. Let's just say that the controls are good. It just feels right. There are a couple of moments when boss battles when you are scrambling around for ammo, because although you've conserved it, you need ammo to defeat them. Which and you will find it eventually dotted around or dropped randomly. But it's kind of gameplay choices like that just seem a bit. Really, you still doing that? Are you? So yeah, it's okay. What else? I'm sorry, I have to refer to my 3DS now to remind myself, because those are the early games I really played on.
Well, while we're waiting, Dan, Derek asked a question about Battlefield, and he said, are you finding that there's a lot of snipers in the multiplayer?
Yes. The older habits don't die hard, and it's the whole adage of I'm going to hide and kill you rather than kind of let's see who's got the most skill.
I know what Detroit's referring to. In the beta, there was a lot of snipers just camped out in out-of-bounds areas, and one thing they were taking advantage of was Magnum rounds. There's an upgrade you can unlock from Sniper Crest called Magnum rounds, and it pretty much body shots from anywhere, one-shot kill.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably have to play more of it to actually dive into that. A couple hours probably ain't enough to find out people exploiting the Magnum rounds from the sniper rifles.
Yeah. I just think at the moment there's a lot of people finding the safe, easy kind of options whilst they haven't got limited unlocks. I suppose as time goes on, there'll be more people being able to, have different gameplay choices. So it'll become a lot more varied and interesting, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Right, Monster Hunter. Did a lot more of that. Excellent game. I'll keep going on about it. Webby, why are you nodding?
I'm laughing because a question just came up. I'll read it out.
I can't see any of these questions, you fuckers.
They're all talking shit about you, man, and you're freaking
Fuck you all. Yeah. You can see my face. There we go. Monster Hunter. Loving it. It's great. Great for the commute. You can easily do a couple of hunts on the commute up to London. The monsters are getting bigger and bigger now. It's getting more interesting. Some of the weapons I'm starting to craft now look great. So I'm feeling, digging behind the surface. What are you drinking there, Kirk? Anyway.
Orange squash.
Orange squash.
And hard stuff.
So hardcore.
You should have went a screwdriver.
So how are you finding the boringest game ever, Monster Hunter, Dan?
I think Dan's locked up. So
he's frozen. Oh, look at the face that he's locked up on us. Oh my god, it's gonna be
I need that as my Twitter avatar right there.
Oh dear, that's funny. So while we're waiting for Dan to come back, Red Kyber sent us a question. Do you think Stunty said something came up because he was scared of looking senile on Google Plus?
No, he couldn't get it on, that's why.
I'm back, bitches.
It was too old.
Shut up.
It took me about an hour to set up Google Plus with him yesterday. It was just a nightmare. And all that effort was for nothing.
What's this? Oh, I've lost it. I went blank there. I crashed out for a second. Anything interesting happened?
Just Stunty being senile.
Oh, okay.
We just had to answer the question about stuff.
Okay.
He said it's a family emergency. A family emergency is a family emergency. You gotta go, mommy.
Oh, okay.
I understand clearly. Having to leave. I'm sure he'll be with us next week. So.
Indeed. Okay. Where were we? Sorry, I crashed out there. Some reason
you were talking about the boring Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about Monster Hunter before you talk about boring Final Fantasy. So there.
Let's bore each other to death then. Come on, let's go for it.
So I'm playing. Well, what am I playing? Yeah, Monster Hunter 4. It's great. Let's go and buy it.
What the hell is wrong with you, Dan?
I'm literally trying to watch you guys. Look at me talk.
No.
It's turning into a car crash. It really is.
This is a good time.
Okay. So yeah, did a lot of Monster Hunter. Blah 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 blah. It's great. Buy it. Nice one. Other than that, really, I've played. Where was it? Bit of Pokemon Shuffle. What's that? White wine?
No.
Red on white?
Red wine and white wine.
So, yeah, Pokemon Shuffle, played a bit of that. It's alright. And then I've been playing mainly Outrun 3DS, which I talked about last week. And also they had a special on the eShop, half-price Sega 3D games. So I got Galaxy Force 2, which in 3D, which is excellent. Little known Sega game, which is almost like Star Fox. You fly about and you have to shoot bad guys. It's all done. You can do it with a gyroscope as well, which is pretty sweet. So I think that's now regular price of £4.49. Really, really good. And I played some Super Hang-On in 3D, which is pretty shit. That's it, really, I'm afraid.
I just want to let people know, because I've got people asking in the comments on the other screen how to leave questions. So in the actual chat box where we are here, There's a little square with little dots in it. Click on that. There's a Q&A button. Click on that, and you can leave a question for us in the chat here. It just makes it easier for us to see it. I am also looking at the comment section on the other page as well, so if you can't figure it out, leave one there. That'd be fine.
I need to try and... I can't see any of these questions or comments, so... Anyway, carry on.
That's fine. So that's what you played, Dan?
Yeah, that's it. Well, as I said, it's if you add it all up, it's about 6-7 hours I played this week, I reckon. Maybe 8. So,
yeah, it's not bad.
It's alright, isn't it? It's alright.
You've done alright.
And Marvel Puzzle Quest as well. We might have 1 or 2 spaces left in the Alliance, so let us know.
Cool. Alright, Kirk, you've been very quiet so far, so what have you been playing?
I had to go on your Final Fantasy 15, but I'm going to leave that to you.
Thank you.
Don't want to take it away from you. Stuck on my PS4 for Oli Oli 2. I'm still really enjoying that. So glad that they gave it away for free. That everyone can actually try out if they haven't done it. So there's nothing new much really to it. But if you haven't played it, definitely pick up on your PSN. I finished the Numa Breath of Light.
Oh yes, I've seen you've been Chuvo whoring that.
Yep, finally. I've got 900 gamer score on it, so I've got 1 more left to find. But those secret missions, there's no way you're going to figure them out without watching something on YouTube. So
Completely agree.
Yeah, so thanks for pointing that out. So at least I'm actually going to get a 1,000 gamer score on a game for once.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I think it's probably my second game that I probably got a full 1,000. So
wow.
I know. I'm more about just playing the game and then getting it done rather than going for the gamer score. Done my normal rounds again on my on my NBA 2K15. One nice thing I noticed this week, and I put a little picture out on Twitter last time I noticed that in American sports you have a lot of mascots that dress up in little outfits of their mascot characters, and you can actually buy them.
I can confirm this.
Yeah, you can actually buy these now as suits to play in the game. When I saw it, it just looked brilliant, having like the Tronteraptor dinosaur like dunking on you and doing 3-point shots. So it was a good little. I haven't seen it before, so I think it's something new that they've added to the update. So if you haven't tried it, definitely check that out. Especially like at the moment, 2K is doing a lot of sales because they've been doing it on PC as well as Xbox, so you might be able to get it cheaper at the moment. Had a go on GTA 5. Went on there with a couple of people this week. I've never really been a GTA guy, but seeing it sort of brought it back, got it on game sharing, so it was good to have a go online. I was actually only a rank 1, and we actually done a heist, so I'm not sure. Like I know last week there was a few people saying that you got to be a certain rank, but
you have to be a certain rank to start with the heist. You have to be level 12 and have a high-end apartment. But in order to play the heist, you just have to be level 1 or anything. You just have to have a character.
That's why then. So
how was the heist then? Because it's something that I've wanted to do, but I've been hearing a lot of people say set up, and you have to go through loads of shit to do it. It's something that I haven't gotten round to. I was meant to do it with Stunty on Wednesday, but then I forgot what day of the week it was and completely missed it.
Yeah, we set it up. It was with AJ, Geezer. I think Stunty just went on because there was already 4 in a party, and he jumped off, so I basically replaced Stunty's position, so it didn't take very long to set up. I think they've already set it up. I just joined into the party and away we went. But it was good fun that we actually had a task to do. And I'm not going to say what it is after last week's podcast. Then it was actually a good fun. Yeah,
was it one we had to steal a plane?
No, you had to steal a tank.
Oh,
that must be a
I managed to get it out of him. That was quite hard, wasn't it?
But no, it was good fun.
Yeah, I think it's one of the later heists, but I think the first one you do is the prison break, and you have to get a plane. But I'm actually really impressed of how busy they keep. There's 4 people that go on these heists, and every single role actually stays busy throughout the whole heist or whatever. There isn't kind of a main role or anything like that. Every one of your teammates plays an important part in the heist. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and what I enjoyed was you had to take these two vehicles. I'm not going to say what they are, but you could actually one person could drive, or if you want to jump out and swap round. So it was nice because you wasn't just doing a set routine on it. You could sort of deviate slightly. So I'm definitely going to try a bit more. But one thing is I've never played online with GTA. I've always done single player. How do you get your rank up? How do you get your money?
You just go through races, you go through certain jobs or whatever, and everything you do, even doing a house, you get rank points, and that's pretty much your XP throughout the house. Yeah, I mean, just play around in it. You probably won't get much, but just run around open world and robbing convenience stores and stuff like that. Your main source of rank points or jobs or whatever is you get texts from certain characters throughout the game, and they'll ask you to pick up this package of drugs and deliver it here, or something, or pick up this tanker and deliver it here, or whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of jobs that they've actually added to this heist update as well that I haven't got to try out yet, but it all looks pretty cool. I have to compliment Rockstar. Of course, they're being over a year late with the heists or whatever. The heists are actually really polished, and I have to give them props on that. I mean, it actually is. They put a lot of work into it, and you can tell a lot of work into it as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Well played, Kirk.
I had to go on your Hand of Fate.
Oh.
I don't get it.
I just don't get it.
No, it was literally like he deals out his deck of cards to you, and you pick what you're going to do, and then all of a sudden you're then running around. And I thought it was a card game, not a walk around beat 'em up. So I think I played about 2 hands of it and then turned it off. Been back to it since.
Oh my god. So basically the way you do it is a card game, and I've nearly completed it now. I've put quite a few hours into it. So it is a card game, and you collect cards as you play it, etc. But the dealer lays the cards down, and you go from card to card. So as you're going through the game, you pick up equipment cards like your armor, sword, shield, and you're going through. So then when you land on a card to face an enemy, you actually go into third-person gameplay and fight those enemies in a little dungeon, and then once that's done, you go back to the actual card game. I think it's just a cool twist on collectible card games like Magic and stuff, because I've not seen any other game like this before, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. You need to give it some time. You're obviously not as nerdy as me, Kirk.
No, I might have another go just to see, but it's just another game on my list to play. So I might have another go of it soon. I had to go on Hardline as we got it early for EA Access. Played it a little bit, but I mostly done the single player because I played the first 2 with the EA Access, and then getting the full game, started to go through that. And it looks really good. Controls really well. Any sort of glitches or anything, and so glad it's saved my game save as well, so I could actually carry on playing the game rather than to redo it like the last Battlefield. But I haven't played much of the multiplayer to actually. Players definitely a good game. I tend to jump more into the multiplayers first than I do the single player, but I thought I'd try this the other way around, as it's got a different twist with the cops and robbers and bits like that.
Cool.
I've been playing quite a bit of Trials Fusion this week. With the big sale that was on a couple of weeks ago, I picked up the season pass for the DLC. And there's about a week and a half ago, there was a new like map pack as such that come out with loads of tracks. And they're really good. They've obviously spent a lot of time to make them look good. They put a little extras into them. With all the different bits that you normally get, but it's a good game to pick up for 10-20 minutes if you just want to have a quick burn. But I must say, some of the extreme ones are so hard. How some people finish them, I just don't know. But it's good fun.
Perseverance, that's what they do. They just sit there and just keep banging their head against a brick wall until it's red they've done it. It might take a day or so. It's all pixel perfect a lot of the time. You have to be the right momentum. I mean, apparently they're doable, but the window for doing that kind of extreme challenge is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it fun.
Yeah, there's mechanics in there as well that they don't really teach about that bunny hops and stuff like that. That pulling back on the stick forward real quick will actually help you leap over certain gaps a little easier. But they don't really teach about that. One thing I was really disappointed with Trials Fusion was the multiplayer mode. It seems like they come to the game very, very late. I think it's only been about a month or two ago they released the multiplayer stuff where you actually play online multiplayer against your friends. And some of the Supercross tracks they give you, it didn't seem that fun to me. Me and Detroit tried to play a little bit of it, and we didn't get along very good with it, and we haven't back to it. Have you, Kurt, actually tried any of the multiplayer stuff, or are you just mainly just a single-player map packs?
Yeah, I think me and Webby tried the multiplayer when it first came out.
Yeah, it was pretty good, man.
So it was good fun doing it, but yeah, it was very basic, like compared to like the main level or the main tracks that they normally put out. It'd be nice to have a bit more variation on them.
Well, what they did on the last trials is actually give you the single player map, so you would actually just race against your friends on that. They'd be ghosts, and you'd be racing each other in real time. And I just wish that they would have added that mode as well into this.
Yeah, they've still got a long way to go, especially with the multiplayer coming out so long into the life of the game. But it can only get better, as they say. And I look forward to the next trials, like whenever it comes out. Because hopefully they'll have multiplayer like set from the beginning and actually bring some of these decent maps and try and add some different. And what I'd like to see is a bit more maybe collisions. That'd be a nice little touch where you're actually getting in each other's way, like the old Scale Electric when you're younger, actually getting in people's way when you're racing around. So that'd be a good idea. Last week I was listening to the podcast and someone mentioned about the Goat Simulator coming out for the Xbox.
Oh, that's something for Webby to look forward playing.
Yeah. I'm not fucking I'm not buying that, mate.
Yeah, don't say you're not buying it. You're going to be playing it, though. I guarantee it.
Yep. I went and got it on the PC, and it's quite a fun little game. So if it comes to the Xbox, I don't know what they're going to do, if it's only going to be single player or multiplayer like side of it. But on the PC, it's actually quite unique. Like they've got lots of different things that your goat can do. Like you can lick the side of a car, and the car pulls you along. So
nice, just like real life.
Yeah. But it'd be nice to see what they do, whether they just port it straight over to the Xbox or whether they add a few little bits extra. But it's a fun little game to play on the PC. So I'm sure it'll do well when it comes out on the Xbox.
Oh, excuse me. My arm's about to go numb. Oh, carry on.
The last one turned on my Wii U for once and purchased Mario Party 10.
Any good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's a bit like Mario Kart. The graphics is really sharp and crisp. Yeah. They've got lots of. Because if no one's played Mario Party, it's almost like a board game that you're going around with however many people at home, and you're just moving from square to square, doing little mini games. And they've got everything. Like I was playing badminton at one point, and just sort of having a laugh with all my kids. It's good. Like we've got.
Have you bought any amiibos yet?
My kids have all got one each, so like they played that, but I haven't actually tried it on there to see what it actually does. So I'm not sure what the amiibos do with Mario Party. But there's some good game modes on there. It'd be nice to see. I haven't looked yet whether it's actually online multiplayer, because that'd be a good laugh for the community to join up and play.
We haven't even managed to get Super Smash Brothers to go in played online yet. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. There's this whole. Does anyone know more about this amiibo problem? I call it a problem because There seems to be kind of like a mad kind of dash for this gold-coloured Mario that was out.
Oh,
It's
who
sold
gives
there.
a shit?
Walmart exclusive here in the United States.
Gold, the shopper winners, Walmart. Yeah. It just, I don't know. They've onto I wouldn't say a winner here, but I would question whether or not all these amiibos are actually being used, considering that this past week Nintendo kind of suggested that the new console's coming probably next year. And on top of that, they've had a good period with all these amiibos being released. The question is really whether are these amiibos being used, or are they just being put in packets to be sold on eBay at a later date by a market which has been artificially created by a bunch of people wanting to cash in?
I think there's a lot of collecting going on. I know a lot of people that like to collect them, will have every variant of it or whatever. I mean, I guess it's just like anything that anybody collects. I mean, I'm not a big collector trying to get everything in a certain series or anything like that, so I don't understand the mindset behind it, but I mean, a lot of people enjoy doing it, so more power to them.
Yeah, it's fair enough. The way I'm querying it really is, I know Paul's been collecting still, and whether or not they're in packets or not, I don't know. But
I think a lot of them are for him, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
I think he's
I
looking at them
realise
as
that.
more of an investment.
The man has 9 Super Nintendos, so yeah, it's right up his alley.
9 Super Nintendos, eh? The reason why I'm querying it is whether or not this suggests to me potentially, like with any kind of fad when it comes to video games, whether it be plastic guitars or Skylanders or whatever, whether the bubble's gonna burst. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, it might be a very, very good short-term investment for Nintendo, but going forward, how many amiibos can any one person hope to have? It might be a situation whereby, in a 10, 20 years' time, there'll be buckets and oodles of them in boxes at garage sales up and down the country.
Well, that's the same. If you ever go to anywhere like Game over here, they've got so many of the Disney Infinity and the Skylanders just in boxes. So,
no one wants them. Unwanted.
Yeah, my kids do. Like they want to play them now, but there's so many of them about that they couldn't put on the shelves. They just brought out this cardboard box, almost like you go to a boot fair, and then you just picked what you want, and they tell you what price.
Well, I mean, there is a shortage with certain types out there, no doubt about it. But there's talk that they're going to remake, so like the Villager. Where have you put in your face?
Come on, just carry on.
Yeah,
I can't take that seriously whatsoever. So it's whether or not you're going to have situations whereby Nintendo, the bubble will burst, and no one's interested anymore.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
I foresee it. I have prophesized it coming. The amiibo crash of 2018 is coming.
What's coming?
Yeah.
The amiibo crash of 2018.
Definitely. What's so funny?
Don't ask. Don't
Well,
ask.
what else you played, Kirky, anyway?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Timothy.
He's just logged off.
Oh, was he? Oh, he's had enough, is he? What is going on? I think he was having some issues.
Well, I'll ask a question about Final Fantasy 15.
Okay, go for it. Before I get into it massively.
Yeah, I've never played them. I've probably glanced or looked at them before. But when did they actually turn into the 20th century? Because this one's got all cars, guns, mobile phones. I always thought they was all medieval, old sort of thing.
You are a noob.
Yeah.
No, so basically, every single Final Fantasy in the franchise is completely different. So if you think of Final Fantasy VI was kind of in a fantasy setting, but it had a lot of futuristic weapons. But then you got to Final Fantasy VII, which was set, in a futuristic, well, it was in a fantasy world again, obviously, but a futuristic. They had cars in it, motorbikes, cities, and stuff as well. Same with Final Fantasy VIII, and then Final Fantasy IX went back to the old school wizards and all that sort of stuff, which was pretty cool. So it depends. Every game is completely different. But with Final Fantasy 15, I'm really enjoying where they're going with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. And I will talk about it a bit more after Tim's talked about his games. But
strap in, listeners.
It's going to be a deep conversation where everyone's like, "What?"
It's going to be furiously talking about Final Fantasy.
But but the cool thing is, and that's the thing that I like about it, is every game is different characters and everything, and that's just what makes it great, as well as being fantastic. You know, well, I'll talk about it a bit more anyway. You need to read my review on the website that I put up last night, just to see my thoughts as well, because I did go quite deep. Anyway,
oh, what's that?
Tim's back.
Give me a second.
You sounding good, Tim?
Give me a second. I'm trying to join back in the call.
Are you ready?
This is on my phone right here. I'm joining back on the PC.
Okay. Anyway, so I'll go through some questions that have come up on the side of the thing, if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
Nigel has mentioned Tim's mic, but I think it's actually gone a bit better now. It's actually a bit better on his phone, to be quite honest. Weird.
Well, I'll just go to the phone then.
Yeah.
Red Kyber has said, don't know what's worse, the outfit or the fact that it suits you, Webby. Well, thank you very much. That pirate outfit is awesome. Okay. Derek. No, Colin Blake. Playing Ori and the Blind Forest on the PC, wow, it's epic. Love the hand-drawn graphics and the music. It's like a film score, really emotional. So that's good. I mean, have any of you not been playing it? You haven't mentioned it yet, have you?
No, I haven't been playing it.
Okay, well, I'll talk about that in a minute with what I've been playing. Simon Duke says, can Dan sort his camera out so it's landscape instead of portrait? Compliance.
I have.
Yeah, it's all right now. Derek also says that the multiplayer in the last Trials was a lot better, and that he is also heavily medicated. Well, I hope you feel better soon, no matter what. I don't know what you're on.
He's had a couple teeth removed this week, so.
Ouch.
Yeah, like 4 of them, so he's had a pretty rough go this weekend.
Colin says, good to be able to put the voices to the faces. Well, thank you very much. John Anderson says, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
And my missus has sent us a question. Hello, everyone. Is anyone else playing Simpsons Tapped Out? I'm back into it, and I need some friends.
I've never started playing Tapped Out.
Sorry, Leon.
I've heard it's quite addictive. It's similar to like Clash of Clans or whatever, but I guess you're not battling other people's clans or anything like that. So
yeah. Red Kyber said, I played the Final Fantasy 15 demo, and it's my first Final Fantasy game. I don't like the combat at all. Game looks very nice though. No, and a little bit of me does agree with Red Kyber as well, because the combat is completely different to any Final Fantasy game, and it is really hard to get used to. It's really bizarre. You've got 2 buttons, so you've got 1 button for attack, and you just hold it down and you're smashing people. And then you use your left and right D-pad to change your special attacks, and you press Y or triangle, depending on what console you're using, to use a special attack. But then to defend, you need to hold down the LB button and use the stick to like dodge attacks, and then to counter. It's really, really tough to get used to. I mean, I died shitloads in that demo. I really did. It's very tough. Anyway, Tim, now we've got you back. What have you been playing, dude?
Well, like I said, Kurt already talked about a little bit of GTA High, so I was going to talk a little bit about that, but we pretty much covered anything that I could add to that conversation. So the majority of my time has just really been split between 2 games. One's a single-player game called Devil May Cry, DMC.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's on the next gen, the Definitive Edition or whatever. I actually love this game on 360, and I can report I actually love it on next gen as well. They really it really adds the 60 frames per second adds a lot to that game. It's such frame-based combat and animation heavy and stuff like that. The one problem I have noticed on the Xbox One version is I'm getting a lot of screen tearing on the Xbox One. Yeah, it kind of takes away from the experience a little bit. I have not noticed many drop frames or any stuttering like that, but when you shift the camera angles around, you can actually see the vertical sync just kind of come out of sync a little bit. But other than that, I actually really enjoyed playing back through it again. I'm all the way back through, I guess, where you're fighting the bad guy's girlfriend or whatever in a nightclub. I think that was the last level.
Yeah.
I think that's the last level. So I pretty much unlocked all the equipment that I'm going to unlock throughout it all. And I'm still just kind of going through every one of those pieces of equipment. I'm unlocking upgrades for that. A lot of fun. I look forward to trying out the Virtual DLC. I never tried that on the 360 version. I think I actually just rented the 360 version, and by the time I traded it back in or sent it back to the rental service, the Virtual DLC come out. So I haven't got a chance to play that yet. But I figured I'd just jump back in and play through DMC again, and then go through virtual stuff. Which I heard virtual stuff ain't about like 2 or 3 hours long, so it won't take long to get.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I've done it, so it's all right.
I still really enjoy it. I think that game is really. I mean, it's just rock and roll. I mean, just some of the music they add to it and the attitude that they bring to some of the cutscenes and stuff. Granted, I'm not the biggest past DMC fan or Devil May Cry fan. I know a lot of old school fans really found this Ninja Theory's rendition of it kind of offensive, and they didn't like it very much. But man, I absolutely love DMC. It's just pretty much my jumping point with the series, and absolutely love it. Look forward to playing more of that. Other than that, my majority of my game time this past week has really been on Smite.
Oh yeah, because you got onto the beta for the Xbox One?
Alpha right now. It's closed alpha, and then in April they're actually going to start out a closed beta, and then they're going to open it up to open beta on further into April. But I've never been a big MOBA guy. I actually just kind of got into MOBAs. I heard Brad Shoemaker talking about Dota on Giant Bombcast and stuff, and really couldn't get into it. Last year's International a little bit, and started picking up a little bit of the rule set. And then I heard about Smite, and Smite was really not an over-the-top, like click here, click, get your character move there, click here, click. It's not a click fest. It's more of an over-the-camera, third-person angle kind of MOBA, which really lends itself well to consoles. I know you would have a rough time trying to get Dota 2 or League of Legends onto a console, just the nature of the way they're set up. Smite actually lends itself a lot better to the consoles than what those games do, and I actually really enjoying it. I'm still just a noob in the scheme of things. I think there's like 30 or 50 characters in Smite, or gods in Smite, so there's a lot there to learn. There's different game modes. You'll have like an arena mode, which there is no lanes. You'll have two lines of minions coming across a big, huge open arena, and it's 5-on-5, and you're just fighting against other gods. That game's good fun. It kind of teaches you the chemistry and team fights and all that stuff. They have actually another game mode that's 4v4. It's called I think it's called Assault, and it's pretty much 2 lanes. And then the typical MOBA esports kind of mode is your 5-on-5 Conquest. Well, they haven't really added that mode into player versus player yet, so I haven't got to play around with 5v5 and a 3-lane typical MOBA stuff. But I look forward to trying it out as they unlock that mode. What really got me into it is I first picked it up and downloaded the alpha and all that, and I played like 2 or 3 days just straight up practice. I'd go into practice mode, it'd just be and bots on my team, and I'd be playing against a team of bots until I learned the character a little better. Once I got a little bit more comfortable with practice mode, I started jumping into co-op, which would be actual player characters would be your teammates, but you're fighting against a team of bots. After I got comfortable in that game mode, then I started jumping into PvP, which is just player versus player. And I've started to get to where I can win just as many as I lose, and my kill death ratio is actually in a respectable area. So I look forward to playing that in months and months to come, and actually look forward to more community members getting into this and actually trying to teach some people how to play this MOBA. If you're interested, once the alpha comes up, give me a holler. We'll jump into some co-op. I'll teach you what I know, and we'll all just learn together.
Cool.
But that's basically all I've been playing outside of the GTA heist, and I pretty much said all I need to say about GTA heist to that point earlier.
So that's it then, Tim. God, you've played fuck all.
Well, Borderlands is coming this week. I look forward to a big report on Borderlands. That's going to absorb most of my time this coming week, so I have a lot to say about Borderlands in this coming next podcast or so.
I'm going to have to save the show now, aren't I?
Save it.
Bye.
Mate, I'll tell you. Right, so first of all, let's get it out of the way, talk about it again. Final Fantasy 15, episode Dusque, however you want to fucking say it. Oh, no, Dusque, whatever. It's awesome! Alright, it's fucking brilliant. So,
Next!
picked up Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, which comes with the Final Fantasy 15 demo.
So, you've bought a demo.
Yes. Anything with the name Final Fantasy on my, I have to own it. I have to. I don't care. You know, it's just what I'm into. So, it's completely different to any other Final Fantasy game. The thing that struck me the most about this demo as soon as I loaded it up was just how fantastic the graphics are.
It is.
No, well, it is amazing, but not just that. How fantastic the graphics are and the music. Every Final Fantasy game has, well, the series as a whole has, you know, it has fantastic music. It's always held in very high regard, which is why they have the concerts or that tour around the world. It's just fantastic. So that's one of the first things that struck me. But another thing about this game is, unlike the last few Final Fantasy games in the franchise, is that it's completely open world from the get-go. The past few games have been very linear, which has upset a lot of the fans like myself, because that's really not what a Final Fantasy game is. So it's nice to have this game as a complete open world environment, and the demo just gives you a very small slice of the game, and you're in an area called Dusque. So it starts off, you're in a car, but it breaks down, so it's in the garage to be repaired, and you need to earn money to pay for the repair bill. So you're in this massive area, all swamplands and stuff, and funnily enough, you come across a sign that says a reward for 25,000 gil for whoever slays this giant monster. Well, of course you accept that challenge. And the whole demo is going around this area. It did actually remind me a little bit of Monster Hunter, because you're in this area and you're going around and you're fighting a lot of different monsters, and you're gaining XP as you go along.
Hold on a second. You slagged off Monster Hunter earlier.
Yeah, because Monster Hunter has no fucking story and it's shit. So, this demo, the one thing that I did find odd, as we did mention earlier when we read out that question, is the combat system is nothing like I've seen in a Final Fantasy game before. It does take a lot of getting used to, and it is a bit odd. I mean, it took me about 4 hours to complete this demo, which is quite, you know, that's a long time for a demo. That's, you know, that's the same length for some full-price titles out there. It gives you a training mode at the beginning, which is great. Gives you a feel for it, but even still, while playing it, I did find it very difficult, and it's very hard to explain unless you try it out for yourself. It's action-based, but you've got one button for attack, as I said earlier, one button for defend, and one button for special. And you've got to kind of time everything well. To be good at it. Anyway, let's just get on to the XP system, which is unlike anything I've seen in a Final Fantasy game before. Usually you play an RPG, JRPG or anything, as you go along you fight enemies, you earn XP, and then when the bar gets to the XP you need to go up a level, you automatically just level up and you get to choose your stats. That happens in every game. In this it's completely different. So you accrue XP as you're going around and fighting enemies, but that XP doesn't actually get put onto your characters until you camp at night and have your little camp dinner. So Dad, fuck off. So it's actually very well done. So you can camp at various areas throughout the map, and then when you camp, whatever enemies you've defeated, you cook their meat, and depending on the meal that's made, gives you different buffs for the next day. Also, as soon as you camp, all the XP just fills up and you level up. So, and the cool thing is when I was leveling up, I would jump like, in some cases, 6 or 7 levels in one go because it'd been that long since I'd camped out for the night to level up. So that's pretty cool. So the thing I found in this demo was you do need to do quite a bit of grinding your dudes and fighting the enemies and getting used to the system, because as the story progresses throughout the demo, you come across quite a few bosses and areas which do get very tough, which are for the main story, and I found myself dying and having to go and level up my dudes a little bit before I could attempt it again. My jaw was on the floor at a couple of moments in this game. The first moment was fighting the first boss, and it was an epic battle. And the second thing that had my jaw on the floor is every Final Fantasy game has summons, and the summons in this game do not disappoint. You summon a certain someone, not going to say who, and I was like, oh my god, my jaw was not on the floor like this, and you know, my jaw was on the floor last time playing Final Fantasy VII. You know, it was the first time I'd seen something so amazing with the summons coming in and just decimating the enemies. It was just fantastic. So I just cannot wait for this game to come out, but it's not due to come out till next year, so it's a long wait from the demo till the game. So that's a bit disappointing, but this game is just wow. I think they've done an amazing thing with this demo, giving something back to the fans. The game has been in development since 2006, so I'm expecting something very special from this game, and the demo has, for me anyway, proved that the fan service is there, the story looks like it's there, the graphics are there, everything is just there, and it's just brilliant. Your characters feel alive, you're running around the world and they're all chatting to each other. It's just what all us fans of Final Fantasy want, and it looks like Square Enix are going to deliver. So yeah, it looks like they're bringing it back, because you know, the last few Final Fantasy games the last few years have been quite disappointing. 12 was a bit naff, 13 was a bit naff, so they're bringing it back. 14 A Realm Reborn is probably one of the best MMOs ever made, so they're bringing it back with that. That's fantastic. Been playing some of that this week, and it's awesome. And also with 15, so that's fantastic. So that's my Final Fantasy talk for those games. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, fantastic. I know you won't be playing it anyway. It's fine.
How many times have you said fantastic?
Not enough fucking times, mate. It's just so fantastic. No, it really is.
Have you talked about Top Zero? Sorry, I was distracted trying to get the computer lined out. Have you talked about Top Zero yet?
No, so I've not talked about Top Zero yet. So that's the next Final Fantasy game I've played this week.
So I was going to say, so you've basically paid, how much did you pay for a demo? With a PSP game? £80 with a PSP, kind of a PSP game, high-resed up and stuck on.
It's really good. I actually think they've done a really good job with Final Fantasy Type 0. It looks nice. I mean, it's not up to the next-gen standards as you'd expect, but it still looks nice. And I'll tell you what, it's completely different to any other Final Fantasy game I played. It's, you know, Final Fantasy games, you know, they're known for being quite mystical and all that. This is very dark. Like the first cutscene, you're seeing blood everywhere and guts and people just getting gunned down in cold blood, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this isn't a Final Fantasy game. This is war." It's pretty cool. I've only played it for about 3 or 4 hours so far, and I'm enjoying it. It's kind of weird getting used to playing as so many different characters. You've got about 14 different characters you can play as, and you can just switch between them, and that's quite daunting, to be quite honest.
Oh shit!
I'm enjoying it, but the only little niggle I've got with it is the camera is really shit. It's really sensitive. Like, you'll just move your stick on your controller a little bit, and it'll just be jerking all over the place, and it makes me feel a bit sick at times. It's a bit annoying, to be quite honest.
So your fingers jerking away, and you feel a bit sick, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is, I am enjoying it, and I will be playing it some more.
What are the Chivos like? What are the Chivos like?
Chivos have been popping a little bit, not super loads, but I have popped a few. But yeah, I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan, and that's what I'm into. So for me, I'm going to enjoy it because all the music's there and the story's there, and it's just a great experience so far. So that's the Final Fantasy talk out of the way. And since none of you played it, there's no questions, and no questions have popped up in the chat. Anyway, Derek says camp dinner consists of beans, traditionally just farting around the fire. Thanks.
So how many people are watching this at the moment?
12.
12. Hello.
We're so popular.
Yes.
Oh, 13. Right. Oh. So, none of you guys have been playing Ori and the Blind Forest, have you?
Yes, I played a little bit of Ori.
Right. So, Ori and the Blind Forest for me, I've been playing that quite a bit this week. I am really enjoying it, and the thing that I'm enjoying about it is because the story's kind of tailed off now. There isn't really anything going on story-wise. It's just the gameplay is very, very challenging. It reminds me a little bit of Super Meat Boy.
Yes, that's what it reminds me of as well, except for the instant restarts.
Yeah.
I don't much care for how the checkpoint system works. You're pretty much in charge of your own checkpoint system in that game. I wish that was handled a little differently, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, it's just beautiful as well. But I'm just loving all the way you gain powers as you go along, and like some of the levels I've got. I mean, I don't know if you've got as far as me, Tim. I got to the place where you go inside the tree of water or something.
I'm just right before that. I am just I'm chasing down some spider-like creature that ran off with something. I'm right there is where I'm at.
So you get to this tree and it's really challenging, and just a little. Well, it's not really a spoiler, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. It reminded me a bit like Portal, where you're jumping through these different portals and having to time things. Really, really good. Really, really good. And I'm just think this game is just, oh man, I've seen people moaning about it, saying it's too hard and that. Just grow some balls and play it. All right, it's fantastic.
I don't know what you all talked about it last week, but man, the opening for this game is just so good. I mean, just the way it kind of sets everything up. And it reminds me of maybe a Studio Ghibli or a movie or whatever, how it starts out. It's just the animation style and how it sets everything up. It kind of uses subtitles, but it doesn't really use English or any kind of language for that matter. It just pretty much kind of like uses sim gibberish as it talks or whatever, but it displays everything in text and what it's saying and everything. It's very powerful opening. I look forward to where it ends up as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I almost had tears in my eyes at the beginning. I was thinking, no. It was really, really good. And Red Kyber is saying that the story comes back near the end of the game. It is amazing. So that's good. That's good to know.
I heard there's another owl section. You mentioned the water section. That's another place that people have a really hard time with. I heard there's an owl section later in the game that gets really tough as well. Matter of fact, I think Trip McNeely I was in party chat with him earlier this week, and until he had a meltdown and decided to go play Minecraft. But I think he was in that section. And I ended up saying, "All right, man, you probably need to walk away and go play some Minecraft now." And we all jumped in Minecraft world together.
I mean, it can get frustrating at times, but I find that checkpoint system. If I think that an area is going to be tough, I'll just use up one of my little crystals and do the checkpoint. You know, I'm not too worried about using them up. And for the money, I think it's just well worth it. It's just a brilliant little game, and another reason for people to get an Xbox One. It just seems like Xbox is really doing it with the exclusive games at the moment. I think the only PS4 exclusive this year to look forward to now is Bloodborne. That's out this week, so I can't really see anything else coming out for the PS4.
I look forward to seeing some people in the community's impressions of Bloodborne and actually seeing reviews for Bloodborne. Everything that I've seen with the trailers and stuff, it looks fantastic. I wish I owned the PS4 to go get it. But I think Sony needs to show me a reason to go buy a PS4 in this E3. I mean, I can't justify just buying it. they don't justify it for me. They really need to show me a reason to buy a PlayStation for the C3. I really want to get one to play Bloodborne, but I'm just not going to spend $460 for one game just yet. I mean, hopefully they'll announce a little price drop on the PS4, the C3. I'm hoping for maybe, but they have no reason to because they're a market leader. So I look forward to trying out Bloodborne. Like I said, hopefully we'll get some news, some more things to come this fall from Sony.
Yeah, they'll have something in the bag. I'm sure they will, but it's kind of people pointing at the exclusives at the moment, which is fair enough. But there's an awful lot of multi-platform stuff that's half decent coming out. So PlayStation fans still have stuff to play. Let's just say that.
Definitely. And I think Bloodborne's going to be one of the bigger games of the year because obviously Dark Souls is such a big, has such a big fan base, and obviously we've got the remake of Dark Souls 2 coming out shortly after Bloodborne. So I mean, I think Bloodborne it looks fantastic, and I look forward to picking it up maybe next week or the week after, just to see what it's like myself.
Yeah, I look forward to how they handle it. See, Dark Souls is mainly, I mainly played with a sword and shield in Dark Souls, and it looks interesting how Bloodborne you don't have a shield, and you really have to rely on movement rather than blocking, and then to waiting for timing on your animations. I look forward to seeing how that plays out and how the Souls fans accept that kind of new transition to a different combat style.
Definitely. That's what I played. That's it.
Any questions?
Yeah, so we do have a little bit of news, which does lead into a question from John Anders Secunza. So let's talk about the Nintendo news that Tim has been holding in his brain.
Yes, it appears Nintendo had the CEO of Nintendo had just kind of a press conference this week, and they kind of announced that Nintendo games will actually now be coming to mobile devices through a new partnership with the developer, which is formerly known as Mobage, but now they're known as DNA. So I look forward to seeing what they bring to iOS platforms and all that. I know some of their games would translate really well onto touchscreen, just kind of like Advance Wars, Mario Paint, and all that stuff. I mean, they got quite a few franchises that actually translate good to a touchscreen, meaning that a lot of their Wii U and 3DS or 2DS stuff was a lot of touchscreen stuff. So I look forward to that. But the big nugget, the big part of the news that come out is Nintendo is in development of a new console called it's codenamed Nintendo NX right now. Not a lot of details revealed about it, or what it's going to be, or what it's going to persist of. Hopefully, we'll get more news on that at E3. But it's kind of early in the console life of the Wii U. Really, I mean, it hasn't even been 4 years yet, and they're already talking about a new console. It's kind of just highlights how poorly the Wii U is doing, and so they're already ready to move on to a new console.
Yep.
Probably a poor choice of theirs too to bring the Wii U out so underpowered compared to what Microsoft and Sony brought out as well.
Yeah, all the third parties have pretty much jumped ship. So all it's doing now is it's doing all the thing that's coming out now is first party stuff. That's it. That's all that's coming out. And you need the third party stuff to keep the momentum going. Because at the moment, I haven't really switched on my Wii U for a little bit since about a month or two. There's stuff there that I'm interested in, but like all the games that are coming out later. But it's upsetting slightly, I suppose. But you can blame them for fucking up. But
I mean, Derek asks, does Nintendo need a new console? And I don't know. I mean, I don't. If Nintendo bring out a new console like this year, next year, or whenever, I actually don't think I will buy it. And I normally buy every new console that comes out purely for the fact, yes, I've got too much to play on the Xbox One and PS4, but I can't see what games that they would bring out, what kind of controller innovation that they will bring to a new console as well. It's just all up in the air, really. I mean,
they'll have to make it backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Make it backwards compatible with the Wii U. That's a given. That has to happen. And maybe even the Wii as well. But as I said, it's again. Do they call it something Wii again, or do they come up with a brand new name for it? I'm willing to bet that they'll probably come up with a brand new name for it.
Well, they need to, really.
You think they're going to pull a Twilight Princess with this new Zelda game? You think they're going to push it back and release it on both the Wii U and the
I hope not.
NX?
Yeah, well, maybe. We'll see. But they promised us the Zelda game this year, so I mean, I'm fully expecting it still come the end of the year.
Yeah, I really look. That's one of the main reasons I would buy a Nintendo console was just Zelda alone, because I mean, like I've stated before on this podcast, Ocarina of Time is probably my favorite game of all time. So I mean, and Skyward Sword just really what didn't interest me at all. What I seen of it and all the motion controls and stuff like that. I think Twilight Princess was the last Zelda game I actually played through, so I look forward to seeing what they're offering with the new Zelda game. I mean, what they showed off-screen TV at the video game VGX. They showed off a little bit of footage of it off television. I look forward to seeing where they try to take in it.
We've also got Star Fox to look forward this year, which is using the gamepad to its full capability. So. That's definitely coming for Wii U, because if you were to take that off Wii U, I'm not sure what you would do.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh well, never mind.
Any other news there, Tim?
The other big news, the only piece of news that really worth mentioning is Kojima and Konami are parting ways after Metal Gear 5 gets released. Which is, they're kind of keep it all under wraps. It's kind of, people's done some investigating this week and actually found out that Kojima is not actually listed as employee currently. He's kind of listed as contract labor, and they've kind of took all the Kojima productions off of all the Metal Gear stuff. It sounds like Konami's going to try to press on with the Metal Gear series without Kojima, which would be kind of interesting. Maybe Metal Gear games would actually make sense now.
Doubt it.
But I don't know. I kind of look forward to seeing where Kojima lands up. Is he going to try to go out and just indie development, or is Microsoft going to try to throw money at him to bring him in-house? It's kind of interesting to see where he goes with that. He's being Konami. I mean, what have they released? I mean, they have the soccer game every year that they release, but man, they really don't bring out a lot of games, and pretty much Kojima was Konami for the longest time.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting to see how that company is going to do if they part ways with him, and it's kind of interesting to see where Kojima ends up once he parts ways with Konami as well. It's a big move, especially for us here in the West. I mean, Kojima's a major force in video games. He's been a major force in video games for a long time now. Whether you respect his games or not, I mean, he's it's big time news for sure.
Definitely.
So what's he going to do? Has there been any news of where he's going to go? Is he just retiring, or?
He's got gag orders. What I've kind of read around on the internet is that his whole team's account's been locked down. They pretty much got a corporate firewall on everything they're doing at there. So he really can't get word out officially, and he really can't leak nothing out. They just kind of got him locked down. It's kind of interesting how this is all going to play out the next little bit between now and September 1st when the new Metal Gear game comes out. It's just kind of a story to kind of keep your eyes on to if you're a fan of the gaming industry.
Interesting news, definitely. Try and keep an eye on that. Right, so we'll go to some questions then. John Anderson says, guess it is the week's question. What do you think of Nintendo's move on allowing mobile games of its IPs for a different company?
Their stock shot up like 26%, so the investors are very impressed with it.
Yeah.
Whether or what we think of it as hardcore gamers, I think it's a good move on their part. I think that, like I mentioned earlier when I mentioned the news, a lot of their games lend themselves really well to the touchscreen. I don't think you'll see your typical Mario game where it's kind of have a precise platformer. I don't think that will work very well on a touchscreen device. But the games like Advance Wars or
Pokemon Shuffle.
Yeah, Pokemon games. They would all work really well on touchscreens, and the amount of people that have smartphones, especially in Japan, because smartphones is pretty much taken over the gaming industry in Japan. It's kind of a smart move, a no-brainer for them. I mean, that's where their market is. That's where their core audience is right now, and they've always been kind of more of a casual game audience. That fucking pirate head's killing me. I looked down and said, "What the fuck?" But yeah, I mean, I think it's a no-brainer for them, and I really hope they do well. I just kind of interested to see if they're going to come out with premium apps or if they're going to kind of try to do the free-to-play options. So it's just kind of another story to keep your eye on. Have we lost what's the hell's going on?
No, can you hear me? Sorry, I just muted myself. So Derek sends a question. Any news on Marcus Phoenix collection for Gears of War? There was actually some other news this week. Someone sent a message to one of the Microsoft dudes. I can't remember which one it was now.
It was Phil Spencer's.
That's it. And they said, any news on a Marcus Phoenix collection? And he said, I can't comment right now.
But
that means
there was also some news on top of that. The same question was asked to Rob Ferguson, which is the creative director of Gears of War, and he says no, there is no Marcus Phoenix collection, but we will have news of Gears of War related coming to E3.
That makes me sad.
Why?
Right, so we had an email this week.
One email? Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That email address is fanmail@mojo-interactive.net. Make sure you send us those emails because it gives us something to read out. So Robert Owen, thanks for the excellent review of the Final Fantasy 15 demo. Well, at least someone's read it. I will surely pick it up on a PS4 when this game launches. Just bought EGX tickets for me and my nephew. Shame you're not going to EGX this year. Still, I'm sure the Mojo fans that go will have a toast to fallen comrades. We'll wear our orange t-shirts with pride. Looking forward to tonight's show live. Not sure how long I'll be able to stick around, but I'll be there at the start under my moniker Treebor New068. I've attached... oh no, we'll leave the rest of that out. Anyway, it's a nice email. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
I have a little question, Webby. For Webby, Webby, are you able to objectively review a Final Fantasy game? Can you even talk about a Final Fantasy game without loving
it? Yeah.
No.
Even Final Fantasy 13 free Lightning Returns, you gave it a glowing kind of, oh, it's really good kind of review, and now you say it's shit.
It was alright. I never finished it though because I got.
That ain't what you said when it was released. You didn't say it was alright.
No, I don't know what you're on about.
You said it was fantastic and amazing, and it's such a good story, and the graphics are amazing, and you can do this and that. Yeah. That's
right.
A Webby review.
Next question. Yeah, we need to carry on the questions now. Oh fuck's sake, where am I? Facebook. Gavin Perry, I'm currently looking to start a project at work showing how games can be used within an educational establishment. My go-to games are generally sports games and Minecraft, as this allows me to look at how you can use these games and teach maths and English at the same time. What's your opinions on using games to teach maths and English, and what games would you recommend to trial it? I had a very positive meeting with a very successful PC sports game developer last year. Unfortunately, it seemed that because it wouldn't make any money, they didn't want to go ahead with it. Anyone? Educational games? Boring normally? Yeah.
Granny's Garden.
I think there is people out there that actually make probably a good living from it. Because there is a big market out there for people, like especially with kids using iPads now compared to what it was maybe 5 years ago. I listened to another podcast that is actually two. Nice one, Dan. There's these two guys that are game designers, and they're called the Dojo Podcast, and one of them actually makes games for younger kids, educational wise. So I think there's a big market out there, but it is just getting the right one. I think that's what it is. So I couldn't say what we play now would be educational. I think it's more something it would made purposely for it.
I'll tell you something that's educational. I'm sure there's millions of 12-year-olds out there right now learning how to do drive-by shootings in Battlefield Hardline. Definitely. Some of the things I was thinking. And Grand Theft Auto, yeah, exactly. Educational, education.
They could probably teach you a thing or two about those. Man.
I know, terrifying. That's the thing. I do worry about kids today. They know more about robbing banks than I did when I was their age.
Well, there's all these simulator games, isn't there? Like farming simulators.
And how to be a goat.
Yeah. That's it. I know how to be a goat now. Now I play the game.
You can be a goat on Xbox One coming soon.
Yeah.
And farm. I think the farming simulator is coming to Xbox One as well.
Oh my god. It came out on the Xbox 360. I rented it, played it for about 5 minutes, got bored and sent it back.
If I wanted to drive a tractor, I'd just go outside and drive a tractor.
I was going to say, it's just like real life for you, Tim.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just need cow milking simulator and you'll be right at home.
We don't have dairy cows, we have beef cows.
Oh, steaks.
Yeah, steak.
Right, Derek Lambrick says, do I get an achievement for being here the whole show? Keep up the good work, gents, and I will shoot you later. Well, I hope you don't shoot me. I'd like to stay alive for at least another week.
Yeah, your special day one Mojo Radio video show controller is on its way. It'll be a piece of crap, and the better controllers will be actually put in another box unmarked.
Yep. Dan, what are you doing?
I'm experimenting with the position of the camera in my eyes.
Okay. That is all the questions I've had so far. So is there anything else you guys want to add before we end?
I don't. I just want to apologize for having my laptop had a complete meltdown during the show.
That's okay.
I had to switch to the phone, as you all could see, but hopefully I can get that stuff lined out as we go on.
Well, your mic is sounding a lot better now because it was sounding shit at the beginning, and now it's alright.
I went to the iPhone, and the iPhone went just fine.
Cool.
Yeah. Apple products for the win.
No comment. Right, so we're going to end the show here. So thank you very much for coming on. It's been emotional, always. I hope the show hasn't been too much of a car crash. I'll look forward to editing the audio for the audio show that comes out on Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday, depending on how busy I am. So from me, Mark Webb, gamertag Webby317.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Cinema Dan.
Captain Kirk signing out.
We out. Solar Otterbox.
Thank you very much. So don't forget to visit the website mojo-interactive.net, follow us on Twitter at mojo_int, or find us on Facebook, facebook.com/360gamercast. So thank you very much. We will see you next week.
And the Patreon.
Oh shit! Before we end, the Patreon, patreon.com, and then find us Mojo Radio, and you can send us some monies that way. That's very nice. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Goodbye. Well, that was fun.
Yep.
My only issue is I didn't use this sound during the show.
If I had my computer was up and running and he was talking about Final Fantasy, it would have came out right then.
You wanker. Or someone think it's funny enough for me to use this.
We gotta wait for Stunny for those. That's for sure. We can't break them out
definitely.
right now.
Tim, where are you going? Where are you taking us, Tim?
I'm smoking.
He's taking us to his smoking room. What?
That's even like.
He's too hardcore.
If you ever watch Formula 1, that's what he looks like. Looks like he's going to Formula 1
You know what?
Speaking of cows.
You've got impressionable young children watching us right now.
Moo. I can't see where the cows.
You've got to click on Tim's square and then it's on permanent.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, look, he's out in the farmlands.
Surprised you get internet out there.
Oh yeah, I got 50 down here, baby. What are you talking about?
You've got 50 down out in the middle of nowhere. That is ridiculous.
Yep. I do.
How the hell did you get that installed?
Oh, I just got a good provider.
That is awesome.
They ran fiber around here about 2 years ago or so, so we've had really good speeds. Before that, it was just DSL, and it wasn't that great. But once they ran the fiber wire or whatever, it became a lot better.
I'm amazed because out here, because our country's quite small, as soon as you get out into the countryside a little bit, you struggle to even get a meg.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why I'm lucky I live in a town.
Yeah.
I really don't have Comcast or Verizon Fios or anything like that. This is kind of like a private ISP, and they got really good infrastructure around here, so it works really well.
I wonder what if you had neighbours going past right now. I wonder what they would be thinking of you right now, sitting there with your headphones on and your giant mic sticking out the side of your head, smoking a cigarette.
I don't know.
I can actually hear the cows in the background.
Is he calling it an airstrike or something?
Cows are going crazy. Yeah, you can hear them. They're mooing like crazy. Dad's riding around on a Kubota right now, and I think it's about feeding time, so they're hollering, "Feed me."
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome times. I don't believe people are still watching us just talk shit.
I don't know.
Dan, we need your movie section. What films?
Movie section. What did I watch recently? What did I watch last Monday? Last Monday I went to the cinema and I watched, what was it? It wasn't very good. What was it? Remind me. Oh, it was Run All Night, the new Liam Neeson movie.
Never heard of it.
It does what it says in the tin. It's the problem with Liam Neeson. He just does the same film again and again and again now.
It's like Taken Part 5, but they use a different name.
Yeah, sort of, I suppose. It's a little bit different, I suppose, but I don't know. He's obviously taking the money and running at the moment, so yeah,
cool.
It's okay.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Danny Brooks has sent me an email. Has a question for Kirk.
Go on in.
Is that a NES behind you?
No, that's the Loot Crate box.
Well, point at it. Which one?
It's the one with the orange top on it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
Oh, do you subscribe to that Loot Crate thing, dear?
No, I just tried it the once and.
Any good?
No, I haven't picked it up since.
That was a bit naff, was it?
What did you get?
Yeah. Transformers T-shirt.
Oh my god! No wonder you cancelled.
Yeah, there's a little. Got a little. So it was a retro section. So you got a little. That's it. Little NES person.
Oh
that's pretty cool.
So that was quite cool.
What does it do?
It sits on your shelf.
Nothing. It sits on your shelf. The really nice thing is it's got a little NES like gun.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've got some shit on my shelf as well. Since we're comparing shit, there we go. I got given this for 2 Christmases ago, and it is literally a Boba Fett M&M's fan. Right.
Awesome. It's a little fan.
I know. I ate all the M&M's in the same day. Right. I've got here. What else have I got? I've got this yo-yo, which I haven't unwrapped yet. I got it from Vegas because I'm a yo-yo champion. And what other shit I got?
I'll challenge you.
Yeah.
Whenever you want.
I'll just load of shit. Oh, PSP games. What's the worst PSP game I own? Hold on, let's have a look. Here it is. It is. Here we go. It's just a pile of shit. This is Secret Agent Clank on the PSP.
Yeah, I believe you. That's probably the worst.
Yeah.
It says it's essential. How can it be the worst if it's essential?
Essential shit.
Essential shit, yeah. I do recommend though. What was it? The 90. There we go. Outrun Coast to Coast 2006. Very good.
Awesome.
That's about it, really. Hold on. What else have I got here? I've got Lego Frodo. Hello, say hello. Oh, I've dropped him.
Thank you to Kyber for backing us on Patreon. And Sonic says, "Thank you, guys."
Where's Mr. Drippy?
Mr. Drippy's sitting in his box, but I do have something even cooler.
Cooler, Mr. Drippy? No, we can't be.
Cacturlock.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello, Mr. Frodo. And then I've got.
Where's Sam Wise at?
Oh, he's not there, but I've got Gandalf on his fucking cart. Look at this. There we go. It's Gandalf, and I've got all his stuff in the back.
You know that I said I didn't play much of Dark Souls. Well, I got this dude. It was a bit of a waste of money, really.
Who was that?
Yeah, that's your special edition. I think you bought it too, didn't you, Dan? Didn't you get the Black Knight edition?
Yeah, you get the dude of Dark Souls, the knight.
You didn't even complete that game. Shame on you.
I only played for about an hour.
Yeah, shame on you. It's a great game. My game of the year last year. One of my games. It's my game of the year last year.
Thank God we haven't got Stuntmaster on this week.
I know.
Otherwise be all
We could go all through his collection. Jesus, he can show us all 9 of the Super Nintendos and all his good stuff.
Do you like my big sword?
That ain't a cloud sword, is it?
Yeah.
That's a big sword.
Yeah. Nerding out, and all the rest of my shit's downstairs, so... Sorry, you can't see any of that.
It's about down again. It's exciting, isn't it?
It is. We're just doing the normal and talking crap after the podcast.
Yeah, but how many people we got watching now then?
10.
10. So 2 have fucked off then.
Yeah.
Okay. This must be. If you're listening to this on iTunes, this must be fascinating.
Oh, I know. That's my only. That is actually my only concern.
Go to YouTube. It's archived there.
Because we normally just chat shit, and now we can see each other. It makes it a bit
weird.
Because we're used to. Well, I'm actually used to sitting downstairs on my laptop and playing Final Fantasy 14, like a whole podcast every time, and then just talking bollocks. But now we can see each other. It makes it a bit different. The conversations are a bit different.
Well, to be honest with you, I've been playing Pokemon Shuffle whilst you guys have been talking. Yeah.
I've been watching the Red Sox game.
You can be playing it with one hand. Nice.
Just like that one-handed mode on Bayonetta.
Yeah. Pokemon Shuffle. I'm just loading it up again. It's great. Look.
I'm just playing a bit of Shiflings on the Xbox.
You're still doing it. So you got an Xbox. You got the monitor set up next to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got my monitors behind me, and then I've got my laptop and monitor.
Oh my God! You're like Monitor Central in your house, aren't you?
Your electricity bill must be shocking.
I don't look at it. I just
don't talk to me about electric bills, mate. Fucking hell.
He went from red to white.
I know.
He's on to the white one.
Could be an absolute shambles.
I didn't think you're supposed to mix one like that.
Well, it'll help me sleep better. The drive to work in the morning will be interesting anyway.
Yeah, don't want to be up anyway at that time.
Yeah, you're fine. Oh dear. Cool, I'm going to jump off in a minute because I want to have some custard.
Oh, that sounds good.
Custard.
Well, I'm going to go watch a film, I think.
What are you going to watch?
I don't know yet. See what's what. See what's on. I don't know. I've got a backlog of DVDs I've got to get through, so I'll have a look. Yeah, it's all good. So I'm currently looking at this and playing Pokemon Shuffle, seeing how I can get away with it.
Just had a tweet from Arif. He says, "I'm watching the after show bit. Where's Dan's bottle of drink?"
I don't drink during the podcast anymore. I don't.
Why not, Dan?
Because I'm a clean living person.
Yeah, right. We don't buy that one bit.
But these guys, I did a Skype call with these guys last night when I was in a pub, and when I was talking to them, I was actually talking to them whilst I was sat in the toilet. So
that's bad. Derek says, Dan, have you watched House of Cards?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that ends that conversation.
I did not like season 3 whatsoever.
I've only seen the first season.
I'm current. I watched all season 3. I really loved season 1, season 2, and season 3 was a letdown to me.
The only thing I'm going to watch on Netflix anytime soon is when Daredevil comes on. So I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, all episodes. I think it's all 10 episodes at the same day as well. So
Yeah.
if any of you fuckers put any spoilers on there, as soon as you've watched them, I will delete you from Twitter.
Why?
Because you're putting spoilers up.
Okay.
So we can spoil video games for them, but whenever you spoil TV shows,
I don't spoil. I don't spoil.
Out of bounds.
I only spoil video games when I tell them that they're shit.
You are the accessory to spoiling.
I am indeed, but I do point it out when they're spoiling.
We haven't done any spoilers this week, have we?
No, not really.
That's a shame. Quite like upsetting people sometimes. Fun.
We know you do. We know you do. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
All good in the hood. Why is it gone a bit dark in here? Well, it can change.
I think your background, something when you hit that background a while ago, it hasn't been the same since.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
What about black and white? Is that? That's cool. I don't know, it seems to have gone a bit darker in here. Oh, I don't know. Guess my room, I don't know. Who knows? Fun times.
Well,
right, guys, are we going to end it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, send it.
It's
a short one this week, isn't it?
How long's it been? We started
an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
There's not been a lot of news, is there? We've not really.
No, not bloody good. I think it's just us trying to find and work out the logistics of this, because at the moment it's a bit weird because we can actually see them. I would be inclined to switch off. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say switch off. I'll probably put myself in camera, but stop watching what everyone else is doing.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We just need to play with it a little bit, see what works and what don't work. It's just figuring out as we go.
Definitely,
it's cool. I quite like it though, because it's quite nice because we interrupt each other less because we can see each other.
What was that?
Nice. You heard. Cool. All right then, guys. Well, thanks very much. It's been an interesting experiment. Thank you to everybody who's been watching as well, the 9 viewers who are remaining. Thank you very much for staying on. It's been fun.
Does that include 4 of us?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that's good.
And we should be doing the same thing again next week with a few other people hopefully joining us. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting Stunty on air. That'll be wicked. I miss Stunty. I'm missing him today. And Peebs. The most technical, illiterate person ever, Mr. Peebs. That's going to be fun, getting him on air. So, awesome.
I hope Stunty's emergency turned out to be okay.
I think it was a gaming emergency, to be quite honest.
Oh, I see.
Alright, guys, well, we're going to stop the broadcast here. So thank you very much. And I look forward to eating my pudding. I'll see you later.
Later.
Pudding.
Bye.
Later. Bye.